Have you been naughty or nice?
With your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Clarence! Clarence! Help me, Clarence! Get me back! Get me back! I don't care what happens to me! Get me back to my wife and kids! Help me, Clarence, please! Please! I want to live again! I want to live again! I want to live again! Please, God, let me live again!
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Playback. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Ask what you can do for your country.
89, the number, another summer. Sound of the funky drummer. Music hitting your heart, cause I know you got a soul. Nothing is this day. Listen if you're missing, y'all. Swinging.
It's me, Manwich.
Know what I know in while the black man's sweating. In the rhythm I'm rolling. Gotta give us what we want.
It's me, Manwich.
Freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power.
Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, Big Mouth.
Fight the power. Fight the power.
Big Mouth.
We got to fight the powers that be. As the rhythm's designed to bounce with calcium that the rhyme designed to fill your mind. Now that you realize the prize arrives, we got to pump the stuff to make it tough. From the heart, it's a start, a work of art to revolutionize, make a change, something strange. People, we are the same. No, we're not the same, cause we don't know the game. What we need is awareness. We can't get careless. You say, what is this?
Manwich. Manwich. Manwich.
To make everybody see, in order to fight the powers that be. have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
My Manwich! My Manwich!
Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. I still have a dream.
Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant shit to me. Is he straight out racist? The sucker was simple and plain. Motherfucking in John Wayne. Cause I'm black and I'm proud. Really, I'm hyped cause I'm amped. Most of my heroes don't appear no stamp. Sample look that you look and find nothing but rednecks for 400 years if you check. Don't worry, be happy. Was the number one jam. Damn if I said you could find me right here. Get it? Let's get this party right on. Come on. What we got to say? Power to the people, no delay. Make everybody see. In order to fight the powers that be. The power. Fight the power. We got to fight the powers that be.
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
I'm Man.
I'm Rich.
I'm Ken.
Welcome to the Manwich Show.
Manwich Show. Supposed to be at the same time, asshole.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Manwich.
Manwich.
Show.
What's going on? What's today? For one, anything in the news. I always got to ask, what's going on in the news, man? What the fuck was you said all kinds of crazy shit, and I told you about the guarantee. You can say it now. Now you can talk that goofy shit, man.
What you talking about,
Y'all
man?
don't know. I can't remember, but I told you. I said you need to go get yourself a time traveling, get yourself a DeLorean or some shit, and go back to the future.
Nah, man. Ain't no
All right.
major, man. So how your day going so far, man?
All right. Well, I'll tell you, I launched this on Rumble.
Yeah.
That's great that you mentioned that. And no, we're not. This isn't like, ladies and gentlemen, it's not like we're pre-planned that. I launched Rumble. We're on Rumble right now.
Yeah.
If we get taken off YouTube, which would be a bitch, but because our next episode that I want to do, I'm gonna say because if it don't, I'm gonna say the idea of the episode. Yeah.
Hey,
Anyway, though,
that.
Rumble, Spotify, Google Podcast, iHeart Radio,
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We everywhere.
Twitter.
You guys just tune in.
And with that said, I want to ask you, what did you do today, man?
Oh man, what I do today?
You can tell it's Christmas, man.
Yeah.
Tell them what you do, man.
Yeah, wrapped out a lot of presses, man, and for the nieces and nephews and the kid, brothers and sisters, nephew. So, it was a good Christmas. It's not about what a person can give me, but what I could give.
That's right. Better to give than receive.
Better to give than receive, bro.
And how about you, Kenny? What'd you do today?
Fought with my cats.
Fought with them motherfucking
Yeah, I had baby kitty down in the basement, and it would not come up. It would not come up. I told the cat, "Come on up."
All right.
It goes meow. That means no. And it would come up, but it finally came up though. Yeah. And then the other cat wanted to go outside, so I opened the door, took one paw out on the goddamn snow, and it came back running back in, looked at me, and kind of growled at me.
Looked at you like you were fucking crazy. Yeah. What's the weather like out there? What was it like?
It's pretty cold.
Nah. I want to know I want to know the numbers. I don't want
8 above.
8 above
this morning.
Yeah, it's pretty cold, man.
Right now it's probably 8 below.
It's about maybe about 3-4 above.
Yeah, if the listeners have not yet noticed, we are in the Midwest, baby. Right now we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes,
and it gets cold.
Really
it
cold.
might not be the frozen tundra here. That's in Green Bay, but I tell you right now, it is freezing out there.
Freezing out there. You guys drive safe and be cautious and, drive for others too, not just for yourself. Stay safe and Merry Christmas. And
that has been our public service announcement for the week.
That's the end of the podcast.
No. So
you still ain't tell me how your day went today.
My day, I spent so much time. I told you I did the Rumble. I put a bunch of our content already on Rumble. For instance, that prison edition.
Yeah.
I did that.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
We're talking prison edition. That's just with me and Tom, and that's that was episode 1, 2, and 3 that I posted.
Yeah.
And then I did the convict calls.
That's cool.
Now that I did all those episodes. I posted 2 new ones today. That was basically with Dave. Yeah. Dave's been in prison for 30 years and he's up for parole. Dude, Dave's been in prison for so long. Think about it. He's been in prison since 1992.
That's hard to hear, man.
And he's got a graphic memory. So he's when I'm talking to him, a photographic memory. He's talking about shit like, I got switched from this prison to that prison in March 3rd, 1996, and then from 19. It's like that shit's that is that is wild. Yeah. That's bananas.
Dave, I hope you make it in there. We send you prayers. Merry Christmas, Dave, and you make it out. One day your time come, man.
And then hold on, then after that, I put our podcast episodes. One right now this is episode 6, but the last episode we did that you weren't here for, that was the open borders. That was. Did you watch it? Did you catch it?
I catch a little bit. I was so busy, man, making wrapping up the presses and
dude.
Everything.
I talked so much in that episode. Really, I only want to really say I have a dude. I'm exhausted, man. I really am. I am exhausted. So I want you guys to carry me. I got the big calves, man. You guys gonna have to carry me. You too, old man.
Gratitude, man. I appreciate everything you're doing, man. Getting everything started, man.
Well, you know what it's
about,
man.
I apologize for being late.
Man, I hate you, motherfucker. I hate you, motherfucker. I hate you.
I know, man. There's so much going on because it's Christmas Eve, man. We gotta, really make sure that everyone around us is happy and, they taking care. First thing.
Oh shit! Check it out. I'm gonna tell you what, man. Because you said it's Christmas Eve.
Yes.
We're gonna play a jam. We're gonna play an old school jam from back in the day. Hold on, people.
Let's go.
Little Lep, where have you been?
Naughty.
Hey, that's right. Oh, the naughty you. Keeping me from my rounds. I'm late as it is. Now stay put. Don't go anywhere till I get back. Understand me?
Nice.
At the dark, when I seen a man chilling with his dog at the park, I approached him very slowly with my heart full of fear. Looked at his dog, oh my God, a ill reindeer. But then I was ill cause the man had a beard and a bag full of goodies, 12 o'clock at night. So I turned my head a second and the man was gone. But he must have dropped his wallet smack dead on the lawn. I picked the wallet up and then I took a pause, took out the lights and then it cold said Santa Claus. $1 million in it cold, hundreds of G's, enough to buy a boat magic car with ease. But I never feel for Santa, cause that ain't right. So I was going home to mail it back to him that night. But when I got home I bugged, cause under the tree was a letter from Santa and the door was for me. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuffing, macaroni and cheese, and Santa put gifts under Christmas trees. Decorate the house with lights at night. Snow's on the ground, Snow White so bright. In the fireplace
eggnog. The rhymes that you hear are the rhymes of carols. Like each and every year we bust Christmas carols.
Yo, come on, let's check. You ain't get the man from last night? Santa, Macy's? Yo, man, let's go eat, man. I'm starving. Come on, man. Yo.
Rhyme so loud and proud, you hear it. It's Christmas time and we got the spirit. Jack Frost chillin', the hawk is out, and that's what Christmas is all about. The time is now, the place is here, and the whole wide world is filled with cheer. My name's DMC with the mic in my hand, and I'm chillin' and coolin' just like a snowman. So open your eyes, lend us an ear. We wanna say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
It sounds like somebody I used to go with.
I love it. What it do?
All right, we're back. You know, we got Jam from the past, Run DMC. All right, going back to what we were talking about now. So today's topic is freedom.
Real freedom.
You know what? Okay, you say real freedom.
Yeah.
I want you to give us real freedom. I want you to give us unadulterated, no bioengineered products. Freedom.
I'll hold them back.
So we're ready to listen.
Freedom is a God-given to us. It's not given to us by the federal government or by our state or anything. That's God gave us that, our freedom.
Yeah.
And we can go there and walk and talk and do whatever the hell we want. But nowadays, it's door shut.
Yeah.
I was born in the 40s, in the last part of the 40s. I don't want to be too old.
Yeah, right?
And back in the 50s and 60s and part of the 70s, freedom was real.
Yeah.
You can go somewhere and not worry about a police officer pulling you over and slapping the hell out of you because you looked at him wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or you can, go into a bar and don't have to worry about a cop pulling you over because you've been drinking. You got a DWI, you've been drinking while you were driving. And there you are, got yourself a ticket. But when I was younger, I got drunk. And this is in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And I was going down the side road, and I ran my car into the ditch. So I got out of my car, and I went home. Next morning, I went over about 10 o'clock in the morning. I went over, and there were the cops sitting there.
Yeah.
Your car? I said, yeah, my car. He said, what happened? I said, I got drunk. I said, lost control on this ice here, and I went in there.
God.
Cop says to me, you better get this car out of the ditch before noon, he goes, or you're going to get a ticket. That was it. I didn't get no DWI or leaving the scene of an accident or, a pocket full of tickets. I didn't get them. Yeah. And that's how it was. I could go anywhere. I would drive down the road and I'd be speeding. Back then, the speed limit was 75 miles an hour. And I was doing like 90. And the state patrol guy pulled me over. He says to me, how fast you're going? I said, about 90. He says, I want you to slow it down. Next time I pull you over, I'm going to give you a ticket. And he let me go. He didn't ask my name. He didn't even ask me for my driver's license. He just told me to slow it down. Yeah. So I did. Yeah. Traveling. Going out to Arizona. Didn't get pulled over one time. Not one time. That was fantastic. Didn't have to worry about a cop, I'm on a journey with two other guys. There was three of us, or four of us all together. And we were in Montana, Helene, Montana. And we were running out of gas. We didn't have enough gas to get to the next town. So we pulled alongside this gas station, and we were waiting for the gas station to open up in the morning. Around 5 o'clock, this police officer came and knocked on the window with his nightstick. Rolled down the window and said, "You boys have any problems?" "Yeah." I said, "We don't got enough gas to get to the next town, you know." I said, "Is there any restaurant open or anything?" He said, "You know, that we can go to right now?" He said, "No." He said, "They're all closed. You open up around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I said, "Oh, man." He said, "You boys just wait right here. He said, I'll be back." And he was gone about 10, 15 minutes. He comes back. He says, "Hey, I got the hold of the gas station owner here, and he's going to come over and open up for you guys." He says, "You guys have a nice, day and safe trip." Yeah. He didn't ask our name, didn't ask for identification, get out of the car, lay down on the ground or anything. He just said, "Have a nice day." Yeah. Where we made ourselves into Canada on a side road, got into Canada without passport, identifications, you're supposed to have to go, get into Canada. Well, we went on our journey and that went for a long time, couple months, 3 months, something like that. We were all the way up into the Northwest Territory, almost to the Yukon. And so we hitchhiked back, not hitchhiked, but walked back. And when we got back into Canada, we were in Saskatchewan on the border of Quebec. And the Mountie stopped us. He said, "How you boys get over here? You got, He said, a side road there in Idaho up there. There's a road that comes up here. We didn't know we were in Canada until we got onto the highway." He said, "Where are you boys going?" He said, "Well, we're going to go to Alaska." He said, "Okay, you guys have a safe trip." He didn't pull us out of the car and search us or ask for identification or "Who are you?" or anything like that. Just told, So we went into Alaska, Juneau, Alaska. It was so freaking expensive, man. A fucking breakfast was like $12 for a fucking breakfast. Back in them days, in the last part of the 60s, that was a lot of fucking money, man.
$12 for a breakfast, because that's $12 right now.
Yeah, you pay like $2 and something for a fucking egg. $3 for a toast.
Back then, though, that's a lot. Yeah.
$2 for a cup of coffee. I mean, that was ridiculous. Yeah. So we decided to go back. And we were up going north into Washington, state of Washington. We were heading towards Seattle. And this state patrol guy pulled us over, and he says, "You know where we stopped, pulled you over for?" He said, "You're right in the back. It's not on." So he said, "Get it fixed." I said, "We will. Next town." He didn't ask us our name, where we're coming from, where we're going, what we're doing, anything. He didn't even get out of the car. We didn't have to get out of the car. He just told us, have a nice trip. That's all he said. Then we get into Oregon, and the first car we had broke down, so we got this old 1952 Rambler, Nash Rambler wagon.
That's a nice.
Cheap on gas. We got into the next Oregon there, and we got pulled over again. License plates didn't belong on that Rambler. We didn't transfer them. He said, "You boys, them plates on there, they don't belong on there." "Yeah, we know we're going to change them when we get into California. We don't want to do it here, then get into California and do it again." Yeah. He said, I understand. Yeah. He said, "You guys, have a good day." And he didn't ask us our name. No identification. Dang. Don't get out of the car. Didn't get it, it was just free. You could feel it, smell it, and taste it. That's how freedom was back then. Now, they pull you over, they'll pull you out of that car, slam you on the goddamn concrete, twist your arms up into a position that's not supposed to go, to handcuff you, and then they step on your fucking back, to do it. And then they ask you who your name is, give me your identification, where you're going, what you're doing. And then when you didn't do nothing wrong, they'll handcuff you, send you on your way. What the fuck is that all about? It's just
use of power.
Yeah.
It's like Anna, they talk about like certain people that they get a drive off of being authoritative.
Yeah. Right.
Like a dick, like a hard dick on you. But, oh, man, they get a hard on because of it. And I'm not saying that there's a cop right now and their dick's hard and they're beating the shit out of somebody. But I will say that I just don't want nothing to do with fucking police. I don't, because when the police get involved, let's say, for instance, if it's a domestic situation, let's say there's a family involved, man, these motherfuckers come in here, they tear apart the house, man. That's why I'm about to go on a rant. They tear apart the house, man. They really do. They come in, they arrest the dad, they arrest somebody, they break up the family home, then they bring a social worker in. Social workers trying to fix it as if the social workers digging for dirt. This is what I'm trying to get at. They're looking, and then when they find something that's minuscule, they blow it up into a big problem. And now they say, you need help. Help. You need help. Help. Check it out. Hold on. You need help. Help. No, I don't need your help. I don't need you coming here and planting your bullshit in my home. And this is coming from a man's perspective. I don't need you coming here, lady, and telling me how to raise my kids. Fuck you. Get out of here. And if that's how you raise your kids that way, don't come in here with the state bullshit. That's why I'm a proponent against big government and against government handout. Because the more government is involved in this all play into the freedom thing, the more you get food share, whatever it may be from the government, guess what? The less individual freedom you have.
Now, on another note, right, with me, I agree to disagree with you because I believe
you love food stamps. What the fuck?
No, not on that part, but just
so you do love food stamps.
The police, now, the officers. Now, I believe it's individuals. I don't believe everyone can be a dick.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that everybody, but I
watch a lot of encounters. What people do when the police approach them, and many of them, they panic. Many of them get an attitude. Many of them have an anger issue, and they react off a regular just police stop. Now the police,
dude, man, you got cops out. You know what? I'm gonna tell you.
I saw a lot of reactions
when he was growing up. Guess what? Yeah. The cops didn't come out unless they were called. These motherfuckers, you know what they do today? They drive around looking for trouble.
Yeah, they do. That's individuals, though.
That's
we can't
a problem.
Call all problem.
Yeah, but that's a problem. And then they look at you like there's times like when I'm taking the bus. There's been a couple times where I've been taking the bus. I take the bus anyhow, but I'm taking the bus at like 5:00 in the morning, and a cop goes by. And I'm saying to myself, oh, shit, like depending on how my demeanor is, how my stature is, if I'm standing at the bus stop, if I'm sitting at the bus stop, not to look suspicious. I shouldn't have to feel that way.
I had a cop.
Oh, no, it's how we grew up, though.
I'm a white man. I shouldn't have to feel that way. No,
yeah, but, we grew up and we stayed in trouble, though. And we have that.
But that's got nothing to do with it. You
ain't doing anything at times. It's all right to.
Yeah, but when the cops get out there, like this one cop, he came out with an attitude and he said, "Hey, you had a problem at home?" I said, "What did your wife do?"
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what.
He got kind of upset, but it was true. He had problems.
Or you think it's all cops?
No.
There's
good. Without them police officers out there, we'd be in deep shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm
for the police. I really am.
My opinion is this. My opinion. I've seen it though, and it whether it's a cop or somebody who works in like in corrections or something, if they're about to retire, chances are they're cool, they're smooth, man. They already made, they got their toys already from the years that they've worked. The whether it's a boat or a motorcycle or a nice car or a home or whatever it could be. So they got their toys, they got their shit planned out.
But I
but
know
you got others that are making a name for themselves. You got others that are making a name for themselves,
or making it hard on individuals.
No, boys, because they're whatever, making a name for themselves, and guess what? They're looking for the big bust.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is, they're not getting the big bust. They're getting the little bust, or they're not getting any bust. They're just busting people's balls.
Yeah. Cops react to it on the situation what's going down. That's what they react to. They just don't go out and see on the street and say, "Hey, bam, I'm going to arrest you for something, jaywalking or something."
I think many of them, trying to get that bonus, and when the holidays come around, they be trying to get that bonus, and they really trying to be a dick. Many of them, but all of them is not the same though. I think it's individuals.
So are you saying that because it's kind of like a myth? I don't know about you people in the states that you live in, or the cities that you live in if you live in Wisconsin, but in Milwaukee, it's like they got a quota. They got to reach a quota.
I believe that. You got to have so many tickets.
Is that myth or fact?
That's facts.
Though, right
That's
facts.
facts.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So that's like we can't say individual then. We got to call them in a group then. It's a whole.
There's no more warning tickets. No more warning tickets.
Let's be the group that gets the group, motherfuckers.
They're the biggest gang, though. At any gang, they're the biggest gang.
But to break it all down, freedom is what the government is giving us.
Yeah. What they giving us.
Is freedom an illusion?
Sometimes you have to take it.
Is freedom an illusion?
No, it is.
George Carlin said that.
It is now.
Yeah.
I'm not a follower of George Carlin, like a cult. Yeah. I'm just saying though, but George Carlin, he does some funny shit, dude. You know what?
He was very funny. But you said some interesting things earlier, man. You said some very, interesting things that, I agree with when you said, you said.
Well, you know why?
Food share. When you get, government assistance and everything, and they could take advantage of you. They could treat you in a way that they believe that they control you now because you getting, assistance from them. Yeah. So they believe they dictate all your every move. So with that said, it's like we should work for everything we have, but some people have disabilities. They can't, and we got to accept that, right? But at times when people don't need it, I think it's good to work, because that's how we built the economy.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey.
The baby boomers, the baby boomers built the economy. They have it how it is right now today. So I don't know.
I will tell you what. Let's listen to what George Carlin has to say.
George Carlin passed, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, George Carlin, man. You was amazing, man. You was great.
Oh yeah.
He was great.
I always had things, make it funny, like when you're going for a loaf of bread, he said you open up. You see, you don't take the first one, you reach way back in there.
You get to get the appropriate bread, not the ones that's first. Like
Anti-hero.
Yeah.
What you want about this country, and I love this place. I love the freedoms we used to have. I love it. I love that, I love it when it didn't take a fucking catastrophe to get us to care for one another. I love the fact that we're on camera all the time from all angles. But you know what? You can say what you want about America. And I say I love this place. I wouldn't have it any other way. Wouldn't live in any other time in history and any other place. But say what you want about America. Land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers, Yeah. Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that. You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint. And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim. It just seems to me, that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. It looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall. You know that?
Gotta pay for everything.
That's all you got. That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many, many malls. Major malls and mini malls. They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food joints, strip clubs, and dirty bookstores. America the Beautiful. One big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coast-to-coast shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy. They think it is cool as can be because Americans love the mall. They love the mall. That's where they get to satisfy their two most prominent addictions at the same time: shopping and eating. Millions of semi-conscious Americans, day after day, shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating, especially eating. Americans love to eat. They are fatally attracted to the slow death of fast food. Hot dogs, corn dogs, triple bacon cheeseburgers, deep fried butter dipped in pork fat and cheese whiz, mayonnaise soaked barbecued mozzarella patty melts. Americans will eat anything, anything, anything.
Yeah.
If you were selling sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick, Americans would buy them and eat them, especially if you dipped them in butter and put a little salsa on them. This country is big time, big time. Forget the bald eagle. You know what the national emblem of this country ought to be? A big bowl of macaroni and cheese. A big bowl, because everything in this country is king size. King size, extra large, and super jumbo, especially the fucking people. Have you seen some of the people in this country? Have you taken a good look at some of these big, fat motherfuckers walking around? Big, fat motherfuckers. Oh, my God. Huge piles of redundant protoplasm lumbering through the malls like a fleet of interstate buses. The people in this country are immense. Massive bellies, monstrous thighs, and big, fat fucking asses. And if you stand there for a minute and you look at one of them, you begin to wonder, how does this woman take a shit?
That's true.
How does she shit? And even more frightening, how does she wipe her ass?
Get cable-free live TV made easy without the cords or hassle. YouTube TV.
That's pretty true, man.
Women.
Man, they fucking really get us with these info commercials. I guess that was it. That was pretty good. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I like him.
I thought he was gonna say something about like freedom from another aspect, but
he does have one out with that freedom.
Well, let me ask you, Ken. Let me ask you, man.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on George Carlin's take on America?
Oh, gosh. I believe what he was saying is dead on, you know, because everything just went to shit, man, you know. Like,
well, I'm talking about like big fat chicks and how they wipe their ass.
Oh, no, I can't really like.
I just go about what's going on.
I gotta watch what I say and everything, in my opinion, because God looking over me, right? And some of them can't help it. Many people can't help the weight because it's genetic.
Steroid problems.
You know, they have weight, problems, and I can't really judge them because I'm not on the other side. You know, I'm on the one that have a lot high metabolism, and I'm not on the side that really trying to lose weight or anything.
All right.
So
here's another one. Here's another one from George. This one's titled "The Illusion of Security."
Like at the airport, jokes. Yeah, you can't joke about a bomb. Well, why is it just jokes? What about a riddle? How about a limerick? How about a bomb anecdote? No punchline, just a really cute story. Or suppose you intended the remark, not as a joke, but as an ironic musing. Are they prepared to make that distinction? Why, I think not. And besides, who's to say what's funny? Airport security is a stupid idea, it's a waste of money, and it's only there for one reason, to make white people feel safe. That's all. The illusion. the feeling and illusion of safety, because the authorities know they can't make an airplane completely safe. Too many people have access. You'll notice the drug smugglers don't seem to have a lot of trouble getting their little packages on board, do they? No, and God bless them too. Oh. And by the way, an airplane flight shouldn't be completely safe. You need a little danger in your life. Take a fucking chance once in a while, will you? What are you gonna do? Play with your prick for another 30 years? What, are you gonna read People magazine and eat at Wendy's till the end of time? Take a fucking chance. Besides, even if they made all of the airplanes completely safe, the terrorists would simply start bombing other places that are crowded. Porn shops, crack houses, titty bars, and gangbangs. You know, entertainment venues. The odds of you being killed by a terrorist are practically zero. So I say relax and enjoy the show. You have to be a realist. You have to be realistic about terrorism. Certain groups of people, certain groups, Muslim fundamentalists, Christian fundamentalists, Jewish fundamentalists, and just plain guys from Montana are going to continue to make life in this country very interesting for a long, long time. That's the reality. Angry men in combat fatigues talking to God on a two-way radio and muttering incoherent slogans about freedom are eventually going to provide us with a great deal of entertainment, especially after your stupid fucking economy collapses all around you and the terrorists come out of the woodwork, and you'll have anthrax in your water supply and sarin gas in your air conditioners. There'll be chemical and biological suitcase bombs in every city, and I say enjoy it. Relax. Enjoy the show. Take a fucking chance. Put a little fun in your life. To me, terrorism is exciting. It's exciting. I think the very idea that you can set off a bomb in a marketplace and kill several hundred people is exciting and stimulating, and I see it as a form of entertainment. Entertainment, that's all it is. Yeah. But I also know that most Americans are soft and frightened and unimaginative, and they don't realize there's such a thing as dangerous fun. And they certainly don't recognize a good show when they see one. I have always been willing to put myself at great personal risk for the sake of entertainment. And I've always been willing to put you at great personal risk for the same reason. As far as I'm concerned, all of this airport security, all the searches, the screenings, the cameras, the questions, it's just one more way of reducing your liberty and reminding you that they can fuck with you anytime they want. As long as...
Hey, you know what, Ken? What was it like taking a plane in your day?
Just went down, got yourself a ticket, and got on the plane. No screening, no identifications, and
like I mean I realized I do realize why, you know, it is kind of the way I do realize why it is the way it is now, because, well, what started was drugs, right? So I understand that, you know, the whole pat down stuff,
terrorists,
and then after that, terrorists and
that's
the shoe bomber and underwear bomber, I think.
No, the drugs is part of the U.S., you know, conflict of interest. They've been doing it. So they get their money percentage. The main thing is the terrorists. Now the drugs, they know what's going on. Everyone know the drug epidemic. And the only way they can come through the plane. Right? So
the country's allowing the drugs to come in?
They allowed it. For sure they is.
All right.
For sure. Now, the terrorists is a different story. Now, the terrorists, we need the security up the ass.
Absolutely. Yep. I agree with that. Yeah. Homeland Security. Yep.
Look what happened. Twin Towers. You know, many more. So, let's get back to George Carlin.
You put up with it. As long as you put up with it. Which means, of course, anytime they want. Because that's what Americans do now. They're always willing to trade away a little of their freedom in exchange for the feeling, the illusion of security. What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing. Germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from in this country? Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, salmonella, E. coli, hantavirus, bird flu, and Americans they panic easily, so now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and
How you know about E. coli? No, he passed though.
Well, he died. I mean, I think I don't know when did he. It doesn't matter when he died. I guess.
E. coli just came in like 2012 and 13.
He just died not too long ago. It was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's recent. I was wondering, like, how do you know about this? We back to the Simpsons.
He's like the modern day Tupac. Remember after Tupac died, he was like, you listen to these rap songs and it's like, and then George Bush Jr. and then the Twin Towers got blown up. People, really didn't happen like that.
But what about Biggie though? He said it. But what, like the World Trade?
Well,
what?
actually, that's because originally it was attempted. It was an explode. That was attempted in like the early 1990s.
Well, blow up though, like
yeah,
the
when he
World
was
Trade.
alive. But
think about it, it ain't even blow up yet. But blow up like the World Trade. Think about that.
Well, yeah.
It came true.
You ready?
Repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs. It's ridiculous, and it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol. It's true. It's true. It's true. Well, they don't want you to get an infection. And you can see their point. Wouldn't want some guy to go to hell and be sick. It would take a lot of the sportsmanship out of the whole execution. Fear of germs, why these fucking pussies? You can't even get a decent hamburger anymore. They cook the shit out of everything now because everybody's afraid of food poisoning. Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Take a fucking chance, will you? You know how many people die in this country from food poisoning every year? 9,000. That's all. It's a minor risk. Take a fucking chance, bunch of goddamn pussies. Besides, what do you think you have an immune system for? It's for killing germs. But it needs practice. It needs germs to practice on. So listen. If you kill all the germs around you and live a completely sterile life, then when germs do come along, you're not going to be prepared. And never mind ordinary germs, what are you going to do when some super virus comes along that turns your vital organs into liquid shit? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get sick, you're going to die, and you're going to deserve it because you're fucking weak and you got a fucking weak immune system. Now, God damn it.
If you shop on Amazon, you should use this tool.
No, I'm not going to use you, buddy. You're a tool. So check it out. But it's interesting. He talks about that. I know the topic is freedom, but that kind of that what he's talking about makes me think of like COVID and the vaccines.
Yeah.
And you got people that are getting that vaccine shot instead of just letting their immune system build antibodies.
What you think about the COVID shot? What's your opinion on it?
Well, in terms of freedom,
yeah,
I should have a choice.
That's hey,
and
I agree.
And it should not come if this social credit score stuff were to ever come to America. Look, if I want to go somewhere, I should need to have something that states that I've had a shot. I shouldn't need like a medical clearance or like some kind of like. You know what I'm talking about, but here's verification that I've had my vaccination card. Here's my vaccination card. Now can I cross into Illinois?
Lines. Yeah, I disagree with that too.
What's your
agree
opinion?
With you.
What's your opinion, Mr. Ken?
I think everybody should go out there and get that shot, just to see what it does to them. You know, it will. It'll fuck you up. Yo, fuck you up. You swore you smoked the best joint in your life. No, it's bad. That I had a brother-in-law die from it.
Oh gosh.
I had a brother die from it.
God, sorry to hear that, Ken, again.
You know? My brother, he fucking had his second shot or third shot. And he's at home. Nurses came there, says, hey, we'll put you in the hospital. My brother said, fuck that. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die here at home. You know, because it's my brother-in-law. He come out of the bedroom, going to go into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Bam, right on the floor. And he had his third shot.
What?
Yeah.
In front of you can.
That's real. That's real
now,
shit, man. That's real.
All right. Well, now
you get sick from it. You're really, really bad. I mean,
so now remember, this is all the tie-in with freedom.
Yeah, but either it's your freedom to either take the shot or not take the shot. I'm not saying that people don't take the shot. That's up to you. That's up to you to take the shot. Yeah. I'm not telling you do it, not to do it. And that's your opinion. You got your freedom of choice.
Yeah, that's what makes that country. This is what makes this country
America.
Yeah, but they're taking that away. They're going to be forcing it. They're going to force that shit.
Well, I'll tell you what. You hold on to that. Hold on to that thought while we play another Christmas classic.
Good crowd for Christmas Eve, fellas, man. Wouldn't you say? Hey, live. No kidding. I really enjoyed that. Hey, we put on a good show.
Ooh,
They like that grapevine.
It's been deserted out here, though.
Did you see that big old grapevine?
Excellent gig, guys.
Uh-oh. There goes the last bus.
So call me a cab.
Hey, man, you're a cab.
No sweat, it's Christmas Eve. Next reindeer's due any minute.
Oh, man. Come on now.
You know, there's Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. Oh, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never left for Rudolph, joining in the reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, oh, yeah. Hey, Rudolph! With your nose so bright,
Come on, and got my sleigh tonight, yeah.
how the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Hey, Rudolph, come on, you got my sleigh. 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 Yo, Rudolph, come on, you got my sleigh.
That vaccination shit, forcing somebody to take that there. That you got a freedom of choice. Either you want it or you don't. And when the government's going to do that kind of shit, this ain't America no more. Yeah. This isn't America. It's Korea, it's China,
Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you're forced to do things.
Cuba.
Yeah. It's just like you got a freedom of church. You go to church, you got a freedom to go to that church. You got a freedom to pray, And now you can't do that. Now you can't do that, right? The lady down was praying at one of those abortion centers, and the cops arrested her. here in United States of America.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Arrested that lady.
Yeah.
Because she was praying.
What? Yeah.
Now, take that. Put that in your basket.
Because there's no fear of God anymore.
Well,
They
your
take-
freedom
they
freedom
take
is
God out of everything.
Freedom is being crunched. It really is. You know, like getting on a plane, you know. Yeah, it's okay to show identification. But to go through all that fucking shit, you know, drop your drawers, let me check your asshole, you might got a bomb in there,
that's
you
too
know.
much. It's like you're in prison.
Yeah, right, you know. Pretty soon they're going to have to go in this room where they spray the shit on top of you so you don't spread this virus around, you know. I mean, it's just unreal. Freedom is like I said, it's our freedom right now is what our government is giving us. Our government is giving us our freedom. We can't use the God-given right.
Check this out. When I look at freedom, I look about this whole mess right now when not having my license. Right now in Wisconsin, you got citizens in Wisconsin they're dummied down. They got that promotion. Yeah. Check this out. The letter of the law is the legal limit is 0.08 and above is operating while intoxicated. Well, what happens? Wisconsin pushed that propaganda, which is buzz driving is drunk driving. I got a big problem with that because my ticket was below 0.08. So because my ticket was below 0.8, what the fuck did I get a ticket for? I was driving under the legal limit. Now, when they passed that law not just to enforce the law, but to protect the rights of others, to protect the rights of citizens. So technically you can drive with having drinks so long as and not be penalized so long as you're under the legal limit, which in my case I was, and yet I was still penalized. I don't have a driver's license right now, and it's gotten to the point where, and you can say, well, the buzz driving shit, they get away with that. They find people guilty because they say, well, buzz driving is drunk driving. No, dude, you're interpreting the law how you see fit to interpret it.
Yeah, I agree with
You're
you.
abusing the letter of the law, you shithead. And now I am dealing with crap because of it. Now, another thing about that, right now in Wisconsin, if you get I've only had one OWI. I've not had no other. I've only had one operating while whatever, whether it's intoxicated or under the influence. It's only been once, and that was that drinking incident. Well, guess what? In order for me to get my driver's license back, I've got to pay $400. I got to go to an AODA. I got to take an AODA assessment class. Are you kidding me? And then because I didn't pay the ticket right away, they want me to pay a $200 reinstatement fee or something. Now, the problem I have with that is, like when I went to go reopen my case, having been found guilty because I couldn't appear in court. They say you're statutorily denied because it was over 6 months. I was incarcerated. And then they're like, well, ignorance is no excuse. So because I didn't know that I could just write to this court and say, hey, I can't make it. So can you give me another court date or something? Dude, I told that judge, when I was talking to that judge, I said, hey, I'm no vet. All right, I don't know this shit. I said, look, other people that ended up going to prison or whatever, you got people that are veterans. They know. They're like, oh, you go to you file this motion 48592, or you sent out this and under municipal code G89245. I don't know that shit.
Yeah, like we supposed to go right to it. Like,
fuck, I don't
show
even
me the book. Show me where I go to.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't remember.
I'm a lawyer.
With all these,
come on now.
Hey, with all these letters and numbers and spitting at me, hey, I can't remember the last time I had alphabet soup. So get that shit out my face, man.
Right?
I got nothing to do with that shit.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Keep it plain. Keep it cut and dry.
Tell me where I go. Look up this information
Now,
so I could
when you were a kid, when you were a younger man growing up, if you for one, they would drive you if you were drinking. Like they
give you a ride home.
You ride home today.
I got to ride home many
slam,
times.
so hold on. Today they slam you. I don't care what's
intoxicated.
Anybody that's listening, hold on. Anybody that's listening right now, you know that shit yourself. People that you get pulled over for drunk driving. What's the odds that they're gonna drive you home? They're not nothing. That shit ain't gonna happen.
They want to hit that quarter.
They're gonna give you that ticket, that fat ass ticket, and make you go through a whole mess of shit. Which in my case, that's what's going on right now. The people I work with, they're like, why don't you have a car? Why don't you have a car? You take the bus, had a car. You still take the bus? like I like taking the bus. Like I love. Like we talked about how cold it is. I had, I worked yesterday. I'm outside. It was negative. I don't know.
below.
Let's say 9 below. And you know what? That's cold. And I had to put my heavy duty jacket on to go to work. And here I am. I'm working. I could say I'm a working man, and I deserve. I'm not gonna say I deserve anything, but I'll tell you this:
you earned it.
I'll tell you this: I put my pants on, my boots, and I walked my ass out that door. I'm paying taxes. I'm being a positive and productive member of society. Where's my fucking driver's license?
Come on, now.
Why was it ever taken away to begin with? And I'll tell you, with that shitty district attorney, when that district attorney was, I had to pay $150. Did you know I had to pay $150 to get this case open? I'm appealing a ticket. I thought the only thing you ever could appeal would be a criminal conviction. I'm talking about the real shit, where it's caused days from your life, or months, weeks, years, whatever. Here I am. I'm paying. And maybe somebody's like, this dude's whiny ass fucking man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. His name is Man. My name's Rich. No. I'm gonna tell you right now. I could say, man, my love I've only ever had. I got a speeding ticket once. And that's because I drove 5 miles over the speed limit. It could have been 10. Let's say 10 miles over. So I want my license back. That's it. And I shouldn't have to bitch and moan. And at the same time, I should be able to bitch and moan. But the problem is, bitching and moaning is waste of time.
Yeah.
So
take away a lot of energy.
To tie that into today's topic, rights, freedom's taken away. My freedom to be able to drive right now has been taken away from me. So I told you guys, man, I'm running on fumes right now. I'm tired, but. And I don't want this podcast to be, shut down. Oh, okay, all right, goodbye, because this is Christmas, baby, and we're gonna celebrate Christmas.
Yes.
And we're gonna keep it, not about some fat man coming down the chimney with a bunch of presents. About the birth of Christ, because that's what it's about. It's called Christmas, Christmas.
Celebrate Jesus Christ.
That's what it's about.
That's what I'm gonna celebrate.
The birth of Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
What?
I think every podcast when we dismiss and we done with the podcast, I think we should end it all with a prayer every time.
All right.
But what you were saying, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, and I believe that. Don't let them take your energy. I believe just keep fighting. I'll give
you another example. Granted, I am kind of like a career criminal. I'm not like proud about it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be ashamed about it. You know why? Because I ended up doing that fucking time. So because I done that time, now I'm like, well, fuck it. Now it's like a merit badge. So anyhow, when I got arrested for that keeper of a drug house shit, now granted, I was selling drugs. I'm not gonna lie, but here's the point: they come into their house and they find weed roaches. When I smoked weed, so they found blunt roaches. In other words, right? Not real roaches for anybody that's never smoked weed. I'm talking about the ass ends of a cigar rolled in marijuana. My fellow Honkonians. No, all right. So check this out. With that said, the fucking cops, because they couldn't find the drugs, right? Thank God for it, because I had over 10 ounces of coke. Dang. Here's the thing. Check this out. This is what happens. They're like, they seen the marijuana, right? And so they're like, well, how often do you smoke weed? And I'm like, well, I smoke weed with my roommates. Like 2 or 3, I probably said 3 or 4 times a week though, right? That's what I said. You know what these fuckers did? These fuckers charged me with keeper of a drug house. Now I know, listen, I was selling drugs. I get that. But look, these motherfuckers, they were fishing. And what I mean by fishing is because they couldn't find this, they go after me with that. So here I am. Now I feel like a complete dumbass because I'm like, man, I should never gave up my rights. To, I thought I'm talking my way out of it like I do all try. Like, man, look, that was my shit, man. Talking my way out of stuff,
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's how I got that Keep River Drug House fucking shit, man.
It was your house or someone
It was
else's
my
house?
apartment. No, it was my apartment.
Yeah.
But here's the point. No. But here's the point. This is how they justified it. Because they said by the letter of the law, the shoe goes on. It's only like when it's in their favor, everything can go. But when it's in your favor, they limit your shit. They limit your freedom. The drunk driving, that was in my favor. They still took my license. Keep River Drug House, man, them motherfuckers. They said, now these are my roommates. All right, this isn't like, hey, come on, buddy, come use some drugs in my apartment. This is what they did. They said, that I kept a place for people to use drugs because I was smoking weed with my roommates in my apartment. You know how many times I told people, I said, you know what, if that's the case, then any house where people are smoking weed and whether they're drug houses, that's all drug. It's all drug. Now somebody can say, absolutely, yeah, no, dude, the drug houses where you got fucking. It's called some of them are called I houses.
Put the eye in there, get the dime bag.
Yeah, some shit like that. But my point is, those are real crack. Those are real drug houses. Not I'm smoking weed with my dude. I've grown. That was the atmosphere I grew up when I was a kid. I smoked weed with my stepdad here. I smoked weed with my brother, with my sister Michelle. I smoked weed with you. I smoked weed when we were kids. With all the dudes when we were hanging out. If that's the case, then what the. Everywhere I've been was a drug house. No, because you know what? I didn't live in a house where people were selling crack out of, and people come in there and like, I need a place to smoke this dope. No.
They created a situation.
The only drug house I know is Walgreens.
But I guess when it comes to freedom, like it's kind of like damn, those cops could have gave me a break, even though they were like, we know you're selling drugs. They could have gave me a break. They could have been like, for one. When I went to court, when I went to court, the district attorney could have reduced that keeper of drug house of possession of marijuana. I said, look, you could give me 9 months in the house of correction, county jail, in other words. I just don't want the felony. And instead, these motherfuckers, they're like, we'll give you a year of probation and you go home today. And here, dude, I was so afraid that they were gonna find out that I was getting drugs from Chicago here, and then they'd be like, really, like really real drug trafficking. So what happens? I'm like, all right, I just gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get out of here because I don't know what's really going on. Is this gonna be like something federal? Because the guy that's bringing me drugs, if he's bringing me 4 and a split, which is 4.5 ounces, or he's bringing me a 6-piece, which is what 6 ounces, right? Then who's to say someone's not watching him? And if they're watching him, now it could be like some big Rico thing. And here I am. They're like, this is it's like, that one movie with the white dude, white boy, whatever the fuck, white boy Rick or some shit. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's good. That could have been me. Yeah. Not that I was some Tony Montana, but the point being is, some shit like that could have happened.
Did you look at the blessings of all?
Oh, come on, man.
That altered your freedom, though. It did. It altered
well, because after that, I couldn't get a car. After that, I couldn't get a gun. I couldn't get a gun, man. And that dude, them cops, that district attorney, that district attorney could have cut me a deal. I could have got, the misdemeanor, and who knows what would happen. You know what ended up happening, though? I took that plea, and guess what? I didn't go home that day. The motherfuckers gave me 6 months in the house of correction. They gave me a 2-year stay in prison, which I never had to do because I did the probation. And that was a fucking empty promise. And you know what could have, you know what would have happened had I not taken that plea? I was only in jail for like 45 days. Not even. You know what would have happened? I would have got out. I would have fought that shit. I would have kept saying not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. You know what happened? The day of my trial, they probably would have reduced that shit to misdemeanors. So a misdemeanor, if anything, and I would have got probation, and then I would have went home that day.
You talking about how the system, how can you can identify with the scams and the overall.
I'm talking about
punishment.
I'm talking about when it comes to freedom, it's one sided. Like if something happened, and rights were in your favor, dude, they're still looking for a conviction. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And at the same token, if they can reduce a charge and cut somebody some slack, give them a break, dude, that shit didn't happen with me. All right. So when they talk about white privilege, I'm kind of like, well, there's been shit that's happened to me where I was like, but there's been shit where I had to make it happen like that. You know what I'm talking about? When I told that dude, I'm rich, motherfucker, I had to make it because that hadn't happened. I went to jail that day. Nah. And we're not talking about, don't be descriptive about that shit now.
That's ridiculous. No, we can't talk about that. That's
all right.
Now,
what?
On the other hand,
what?
Right?
I want to say a positive out of that, but I did go after I got out. I went to MATC, Mock Area Technical College. Ended up getting myself an associate's degree in mechanical design technology, and I got that technical diploma, even though I was already a high school graduate. But I ended up going to school for CNC machining, CNC setup and machining, and I'm a machinist today.
Okay.
Right.
Now, congrats on that too, Rich, and take care of for that. And, that's what's up. Now, on the other hand, if you had the options, the 6 months, right, and you're grateful for the 6 months, right? What if they found the 10?
All right, shut the fuck up. All right, check it out. Hold on. I probably
they felt the 10.
I would have got out. I would probably been getting out today.
2032.
No. I've been getting out on Christmas Eve, 2022.
Yeah,
that's what you were saying. Okay.
See?
All right, hold on. I'm playing. All right, now we're gonna play another classic. We're gonna play another Christmas classic, and we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsor.
Manwich Show. We did so much stuff with you, man.
I'll play another one after this.
You won't even believe how much we did when you was young, man.
One dancer, one prancer. Oh,
Nice deer.
What was that?
Santa, get with the program. It's Domino's new Buffalo Wings. Now, when you call for your favorite Domino's pizza, you can get a full order of tangy chicken wings for just $3.99. Beats milk and cookies.
Domino's Buffalo Wings.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. World's biggest toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's a Toys R Us time of year.
That's what you buy.
We're back.
Welcome back.
I'm back. Here I am. Back on my freedom.
Freedom is coming.
No.
Freedom is coming.
Yeah.
Freedom is coming. Yes, that's it. That's
But a lot of people lose their freedom. That's on them. That's on them. They fucked up. They fucked up, and you lose your freedom that way. But you shouldn't lose your freedom 100%. You only lose your freedom to the situation.
Your bad choices you made.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know?
Some people, make bad decisions. Their consequences be not.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. So, on that whole convict call docu-series that I'm doing right now, it's on the Manwich YouTube channel and on Rumble.
Yeah.
Check it out. There's a dude I talked to. His name's Pulver, and he's in prison for multiple sexual assaults. Like when you talked to him, you were like, "Oh man, I know what he's in there for. He never drove driver. That's the guy I'm talking about." and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, "Nah, man, I kept telling you no, but you didn't want to listen. You fucking thought no crystal ball here, buddy, Negro Damas." So check it out. But the point is that if you listen to the phone call, you can tell he's mentally retarded. He's got a limited mental capacity. He's got the mind of a child, and he's in prison. Now people will be like, "That's a touchy subject. That's sexual assault." Okay, well, should you put retards in prison for sexual assault when you know they're retarded? Now, that my opinion is, and it's fucked up, and people are gonna disagree, but dude, he's fucking retarded. So when he did some shit, he was dumb.
You think he should have been in the mental ward or?
Fuck yeah, man.
Or got some type of treatment?
Well, they're going to try to give him some treatment. It's called sex offender treatment. But the point being is, he should have been like, dude, he's doing 20 years in prison. He's going to have 10 years out, right? They know that they know that, well, my opinion, this is what they're going to do. They're going to send him out and bring him right back in.
Because they ain't fixed the problem.
Well, they didn't look at the fact that he's fucking retarded. I don't even want to be vulgar about it. I don't talk like this when it comes to like people that are mentally handicapped.
They really need
He's
help.
mentally handicapped, and he's in prison right now. You know what?
That's unfair.
People are taking People are taking advantage of him. That's another thing too. They know he's retarded. These motherfuckers are taking advantage of him, man. You talk about some real predator and prey shit. You know, he's like, when I talk to him, he's like, hey, I'm like, yeah, man, I love you, brother, because I'm not gonna shit on him. And with that said, he's like, man, all the time you tell me, he'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna make some food with my buddy, such and such. I'm gonna make some food with my buddy, such and such. My friend, such and such, he wants this. I gave it to him. I'm gonna do it with my friend, such. Then I keep telling him, I said, man, those aren't your friends, Pulver. These people are not your friends. They're using you, Pulver.
How long you been in now?
Oh, you've been in prison. He's been in prison 13 years, dude.
13.
He's got 7 more years.
I got damn 20 years in.
Yeah, but again, the point is that I'm trying to make is that I know we're talking about freedom. I'm just saying though, like that shit's like wrong. He should have been like, they should have looked at his situation with special circumstances and said, I mean, because he's retarded, man. You know, you got people that commit a crime when they're a kid, and they got to deal with shit for the rest of their life. Dude, check it out. There was a dude that I was in there with, and he was involved with the killing of his grandmother. He explained it, right? But okay, check it out. I'm gonna tell the story so people, whatever. Check this. This what he said. He said him and his friend, they went to rob his grandmother. All right, and she had a seizure. And he thought that she was dying or something, and so they put a pillow over her face to put her out of her misery. Dude was like 12 years old when he did this. All right, what did the judge do? The judge sentenced him to life in prison.
You're a 12-year-old man.
He's 12 years old. Now listen, I get it that he did some fucked up shit, but you know this is where it's one-sided because they talk about, well, your brain isn't fully developed till you're 27 years old.
You don't have no. He was an adolescent though.
When he was a kid,
yeah,
they charged him as an adult. He's in there for the rest of his life. He might get out, and dude, he had this beautiful girl that was writing to him, and I was thinking, man, is it really a chick? This chick, could he be getting catfish? You know. But the point being is, it was so sad, man. I remember one time I was waiting to get on the phone, and I told him, I said, well, I was waiting to get on the phone. And he was on the phone, right? And he was trying to call her, and she didn't pick up. And he walked away from the phone, and I was like, if you want, you can take my spot. And he was like, what's the point? If she's not picking up now. If she's not going to pick up for me when I just got done calling, she's not going to pick up when you get on the phone and you let me, you know.
Get in your spot. Usually.
So sad, man.
You use that word mentally retarded. Actually, it's someone with a low IQ. Yeah, IQ. He's got a very low IQ. Yeah. That retardation that doesn't.
That's something they made up.
Yeah, that's something that's brought in there.
Right, the IQ never supposed to have been here. That was a spy for Germany came here and brung it here and diagnosed us with that, but it never supposed to came to America. So that's something that's made up as well.
Yeah,
dude, I'll tell you what. Check it out.
And that person that did that at 12 years old. You had another one where another 12-year-old killed his mother with a frying pan because she wouldn't get him something off of Amazon. Now he's up there. Now he's looking he's going to get life. He's going to get life, but his life, life is 25 years. That's a life sentence. 25.
That's not what it
years.
is in Wisconsin, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, it's not. I was in. We've both been in there. Life is life. Now they talk about that. Hold on. They talk about that. And they're like, you know what? They're going against the law. The law says that life is 25 years. That's why they got my buddy that I talked to, Dave, who killed his wife 30 years ago. Yeah. Dude, if that's the case, then they owe him 5 years of his life, and he shouldn't have to do any probation. If he gets paroled, he's going to have to be on probation for the rest of his life. But he did 30 years in prison. You got people.
Everything is on the discretion of the court, though. The judge is the one that makes those decisions.
I know. Okay.
Not the book or the rules and regulations that fits underneath there.
They got to abide by that.
He got set. Yeah, that judge got to say, well, he done this. Well, that judge could have gave him 45 years, could have gave him 50 years, but he gave him life instead. But if he says life without eligible for parole, he's in there for life.
Okay,
but if he's eligible for parole, he's not in there for life.
Okay, now here's the problem with that.
Let me just now, Wisconsin is this.
What?
They do day for day.
Day
for day. So if they give you 60 years, you're going to do 60 years.
Yeah, you don't get that good time anymore, eh?
If they give you 20 years, no good time. They'll give you programs and everything. AODA, and they give you boot camp.
No, it's called brainwashing. They give
you AODA.
My bad, I forgot.
CTRT and boot camp and so.
Damn, man, you know the acronyms too. What the fuck?
Yeah, they give you all that, but it still don't fix the problem.
No, it don't.
No, it don't fix the problem. Mental stability, right, and mental illness. So I don't understand. No. The retardation, that's the word that we agreed that was made up. But
dude, check it out.
He have a mental illness.
I'll tell you what.
There's a difference.
Yeah,
I'll
tell
you what. Knowledge, and then the other one.
Okay. All right. Well, here he goes. I'll tell you what. Give it to you raw.
Comprehension.
I'm gonna give it to you raw. Yeah. I'm gonna take the condom off. No, I'm gonna give it to you raw. Now here's this. The listeners, and you two tell me if this doesn't sound like somebody who has a limited mental capacity.
I don't got it.
Hold on.
So couple of people they need coffee sometimes, and I got a good heart, and that's about it.
So I'm gonna ask you, how much time were you sentenced to?
I'm sentenced to 20 in and 10 out, 30 years.
Okay, so out of that 20 in and 10 out, how much time have you already served?
I already served 12 and a half already.
All right, so
comprehend.
And just so that people would get a feel for you, like when you first served your prison sentence, where was that at?
Let's see.
Was it a medium? Was it a maximum prison? What was it?
Using the word retarded, mentally inclined.
Okay. Maybe I'm being dramatic.
Dodge.
Yeah, he is.
All right. Sue me,
Dodge
motherfucker.
for 4 years, Wapak 1 year, and then here I did the rest. Then I did the BRC. Now I'm going to Oshkosh pretty soon.
All right. Let me ask you, how was it when you were? You said where in maximum prison again? I apologize. Waupun. Okay. When you were at Waupun, what was that like? Was that like give a feel for the atmosphere? What was it like? Was it dangerous?
Waupun was easy. I was in the main kitchen all the time. I was 4 years in the main kitchen.
All right. So there wasn't like any time where you saw like something that would be like crazy stuff. Was there any crazy stuff that ever happened?
No, it was like Dodge. I had a real good cellie.
Okay.
I had all my cellies were real good. My last cellie came here, HSU. He saw the guy in the green unit that tried to escape. My second cellie, I saw him here a couple of days ago. He's here right now. And my last cellie, he's not at home as far as I know.
All right.
Now give me $2,000. He's at home.
I remember. I vaguely remember you telling me that story about when you were in maximum. I'll tell you what, you gotta look at it. I'll tell you what, you got. Dude, listen. I'm gonna tell you when I was in.
He comprehending. That man is
when you comprehend.
When you comprehend, you don't got no mental. You ain't retarded or nothing.
When I was in there, so don't take it the wrong way. Are you getting ready to make prison angels in the snow?
I can't because I have no gloves.
Nah, dude, it's a joke. You know how you make snow angels? You lay in the snow on your back and then you move your arms up and down.
Oh yeah.
When I was in there, I used to say that, but I was like, man, let's make some prison angels, man.
Yeah.
Let's have a snow fight. Let's build a snow fort. Let's have a snow fight.
Yeah, and then go to the hole.
They go to the hole, dude.
He capable.
You try that, you go to the hole. They catch you go to the hole.
I think.
Wish I could do that. I remember doing days at home. I do it all the time. Do a snow fort at home, and have so much my brother Scott and Kurt and my dad and my mom and my sister, but all our snow fights.
And this the one that killed his grandpa.
Nah, he's the one that I told you about, that he was convicted of sexual assaults.
But it seemed like he comprehend very well, man. I don't think
he remembers things and said things.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Listen, I'll tell you. Listen,
remember the person that he knew.
That might be your opinion, though. I think he. Yeah.
I don't know. I look at it like I shared a cell with him. All right, so like when I talked to him, it was like talking to my 5-year-old kid. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, that's what it was like, man. Anyhow, it was like, it kind of reminded me of my kid Andrew, and I was just like, man, it was kind of like a good vibe. But we would joke around, and he'd just be like, okay, buddy, you know. I love him, so I'm not shitting on him. I love the guy, you know. Shit happens, and the point being is, I got to see it firsthand. The dude jumped into fucking jumped. He dove head first into snow and cracked his head open, and he was like, and then he's like spinning around talking about. He kept doing that in the unit, and people would be like, "Hey, Bover, do that thing again." So he would spin around. And he'd be like, and I forgot what he said. And it's like, people are making fun of him, and he don't realize that they're laughing at him and not with him.
That could be a shield, though.
Yeah,
that could be a shield.
There you go. Yeah, that's what he's doing. For people won't look at him in a way that
fuck with him, you
don't mess with him. Yeah. That's why I look at. That's what I first thing I looked at. That was a pretty smart answer. Yeah, it's a shield for sure.
You got talking to Mike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
there ain't nothing here.
Rich. Yeah, Rich. It's a shield.
You got it off.
No, it's on.
This ain't on.
It's on, dude.
Hello.
Yeah.
Dude, we hear you.
Yeah. You can't hear it, huh?
Oh, now I hear it.
Yeah, because you got to fix your headset.
No, I don't hear it. I just hear.
What?
That is technique.
All
It's
right.
a certain technique that keep people off of you and keep people from getting close to you and know who you is. So
yeah, a lot of them are like that.
A lot of people in there like that.
Yeah.
Do it again. It's like a comedian, but still got sickness inside, trying to face his demons, but overcoming with people. Making people laugh and happy.
I mean,
his own ways though.
I heard another guy tell a story. Well, I can't say this is like this is third person or whatever, right? But it was another guy. He was talking about he was in federal prison. He came across a guy, and he said like he felt. Now this guy was like, I don't give a fuck about no motherfucker buddy, right? But he was like, he actually felt sorry for this guy. Similar situation, and he said you could tell the dude was retarded.
I don't think retarded.
Yeah, that's his opinion.
Okay, anyhow though, you got all right. Well,
because
have you met? Did you meet anybody that was
I just
no.
met
I'm saying, have you? I almost did it like I was doing Pover. Like no.
Shut up, Pover Jr.
Listen, when you were away, did you come across anybody that you said, man, mentally
capacity?
Yeah,
I met many and several people.
Genuine mental.
Not like.
I said genuine. So if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not.
People that have.
I don't think a lot of people have mental really issues. I believe that they do what they do. I don't think it's a mental part about it. I believe they do what they do, and they regret it now because they made a decision over impulse or anger. So when they regret it, they don't want to take accountability and say, you know what, I did it and I'm gonna accept the things I cannot change. They have excuses and they say, you know what, this made me do it. This made me do it. This made me do it. Nope. You gotta take accountability so you know
Yeah,
I fucked up.
You did it.
I fucked up, and you know what?
What?
I'm accept what they giving me. I'm gonna take accountability, and I'm gonna be a better
fuck
man.
that, dude. Man, they got some man. I
Not
I
do
talked,
it
listen, I'll
again.
tell you what. I talked to somebody. I almost say I talked to so many people, but I would love to talk to a lot of people that have been in prison because, shit happens, and I believe, I don't just believe in second chances. I'll say that. I've been arrested for a lot of shit, man, and my point being is I keep moving. And if I weren't given the opportunity to keep moving, then I'd be fucked. But I move, dude. I do shit, man. I make it happen. I've made it happen. God's made it. God's opened the door, but I grabbed the handle.
Oh, I think you took one step. He took two.
All right. Now hold on. We're gonna play. We'll be right back. We're gonna play another Christmas jam, another classic.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shining nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
You'll go down in history.
Man, fuck that. What about Jeffrey Dahmer? He ate people. He was crazy, and they put him in prison. All right, we're just talking about that right now.
Killed.
So Nanny and the Boo Boo, stick your head and do this.
Another one that was crazy was Jesse Anderson. Blamed that black guy for killing his wife, eh? He's the one that killed, and then bought that hat off of him, off that black guy.
He got him. He killed both of them.
He got killed. Both of them got killed.
All right. Going back to freedom. So
Dahmer was no accident.
all right. What about freedom though? I brought up about the guy Pulver because I just felt like his rights, like you have his right. I felt like that's my opinion is that his rights were violated because I feel like that wasn't taken into consideration. His mental capacity, they were just like, fuck it. It was treating him like everybody else. But like if you're mentally deficient, you're not supposed to be able to stand trial. But that's the only reason I brought that up. I want to talk more about that. I apologize if you too.
Yeah, he should have. They should have evaluated that when he whatever he done. It should have been.
Yeah.
Because they do that to people. They end up in Mendota. Isn't that what that place is?
Yeah, Mendota. Yeah.
Mendota.
Yeah.
And you keep feeding these people all these pills and make them think a certain way just because they made one decision. Bad decision. That don't mean they're a bad person because they made one bad decision. They just made one bad decision. And I believe many people make bad decisions. They don't mean they bad people, you guys.
The ones that are bad are the ones that repeat it.
So freedom.
Yeah,
if a guy do something right intentionally,
What?
I believe that is a bad decision, right?
Yeah.
Now, where if he did something unintentionally, all right. What I mean about unintentionally is this: if a guy is shooting at one guy, but he made a mistake and hit another guy, you think that was a mistake, or you count that as a decision? How you look at it, Ken?
Well, it's pretty hard to
That's hard.
cipher that
man.
one. That's pretty hard
That's
to
what's
cipher
going
it
on
out.
with freedom.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on with freedom. A guy want to hit this guy. This guy robbed him and everything, right? He chased him down and everything. He's shooting at him, right? Trying to get the guy back. He ended up hitting a young lady or a young man, and the young man died. But his intention was to hit that guy. I say he made a choice. Me, I don't say the mistake. I'm gonna take full accountability and responsibility and say, you know what? He made a decision.
That's why we need them $500 bullets, and we need a.
Oh, we need that.
Chris Rock. We need that Chris Rock treatment.
So what you say? What you think, Ken? If he shoot at a person and he made a mistake and hit another person, is it his fault?
Yes, it should be his fault because he's
I
shooting.
I agree because I had a big debate about this. I had a debate about this, and so many guys said he didn't hit the guy. He made a mistake though. He hit another guy said he still made a choice.
Yeah,
well, guns. I'll tell you what, guns.
Right?
Yeah.
Guns. I'll tell you what, guns. Man, that's
Guns
a whole
don't kill
nother.
people.
That's
People kill people.
That's a whole. To me, like I agree with you too, and I look at it like because that's a whole nother ball game. It's a gun. Like to me, it's like I don't play with guns.
Yeah.
I've never had a gun.
You had guns, shotguns.
Well,
20 gauge.
Let's say this: I didn't have a legitimate. I didn't have a legitimate gun, and I just know though, like man, guns are like waving a knife. Like so, I'm not gonna fuck around like that.
Yeah, guns ain't fun. I believe, like you said earlier, $500 a bullet. I think the world will change for that. I think we'll change if $500.
I'll be honest. Look, if a bullet was even $50, if it was a bullet was $50, I think that everybody in America would be a marksman. No. If a bullet was $50 though, you even some they'd be like, man, shit. You make sure you don't miss.
Yeah,
make sure you hit the right person.
Well, if they make them $500 though.
Oh yeah,
the violence go down.
People will make bullets.
It go down, man. But what we need a gun if we doing things different though, like you moving different, you living in different, like you guys areas. You guys got good areas, man. There's no reason you guys need a gun.
Fuck that, you got a good area too. Don't be acting like you don't, man. Like I'm black, I ain't got a good place. You live in a good neighborhood on the north side of Milwaukee. I know. I was there.
A lot of shit's happening in Milwaukee on the north side. I used to live on Wright Street. There was no problem there. That was a good part of town. Now look at it.
They did corrupt.
Yeah.
Maybe we can't blame
dude. Check it out.
I look in the mirror and blame myself.
He lived in such a good neighborhood that when I was there, I was like, man, I hope they don't call the cops on me for being in this neighborhood. Like, he's the only white dude in like a 20-block radius.
We enjoy ourselves.
What's this white dude doing around
that's
here?
About every summer, like we really partaking fun, man. Sports and everything. We have a good time.
I tell you what. Is there anything else to add to freedom? Actually, to be honest with you, I changed the title. Reason why I didn't respond when you were talking, and I let you two just talk that little, like 5 minutes ago, was because I got a title for the podcast for this episode. You can tell me if you agree with it, because the direction it turned. Freedom, fuck ups, and oops.
Yeah,
wrote that down.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
You make your life the way it is.
Yeah,
it's up to you. You got to make them the choices.
And I agree on that, Ken, because I tell a lot of people, I say, look, you got to make decisions based on what you believe in, but it got to be the right decisions,
Right.
And many of us fail the right decisions because we have role models, and many of us ain't have fathers, and like really to guide us. So we let the streets lead us. So we had to find out the hard way. So every decision should be a right decision now. So
well, check it out.
With that said, Hey,
hold on. We're gonna take your advice. We're gonna do. Check out. We're gonna take your advice. We're gonna end with a quick prayer, and then we're gonna sign off. So, God the Father, in Jesus' name, we come to you in prayer. We thank you, God the Father, for this good time. We pray, God the Father, that you'd bless and prosper this podcast, the YouTube channel, whatever other endeavors we take on. And we thank you for this upcoming Christmas, God the Father, and recognizing that it's not about a fictitious character and gift giving, but it's about the birth of a Redeemer. So in Jesus' name, God the Father, may this podcast and the YouTube channel and whatever other endeavor bring you glory. And it's in Jesus' name we pray, and we all say amen.
In Jesus' name.
And we're going to give you guys one more classic as we say bye.
I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody in the United States of America, and be safe.
I want to say I wish you guys a wonderful Christmas. I appreciate you guys today, man. I enjoyed myself. I apologize for being late.
We're not supposed to
hate
say.
you
Love you
still.
guys.
I hate you still.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We got to do something for the New Year.
We're not supposed to. We're not supposed to say Merry Christmas. We're supposed to say Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays. Right?
That's censorship, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, and I want to say, check us out. Spotify. You got the Manwich Show on Spotify, Google Podcasts,
iHeart Radio, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Now,
Rumble.
Voila coming soon, too. What you're looking at coming soon. So if you guys need phones and, I got speakers, I got everything you need. You just give me a call. Inbox me. George Key.
You can email us also if you want to contact us. You can email us at themanwithshow@gmail.com.
And next time you guys, need to chime in and call, we have a number you can call too.
We got a number now, but here's the thing. We need 50 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen.
50 subscribers tomorrow. We might do a podcast tomorrow. We need 50 you guys.
We actually ought to. You give us 58 subscribers.
We'll go
guess
live.
what? We're going to go live. And that's it. And with that, we're going to leave you with this last jingle. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Thank y'all.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas is a bother. The noise, the crowds. I really wish it were outlawed.
How can they talk about Santa Claus when there's so much unhappiness in the world?
Poor, misguided folks. They missed the whole point. Lots of unhappiness? Maybe so. But doesn't Santa take a little bit of that unhappiness away? Doesn't a smile on Christmas morning scratch out a tear cried on a Saturday? Not much, maybe. But what would happen if we all tried to be like Santa and learned to give, as only he can give, of ourselves, our talents, our love, and our hearts? Maybe if we could all learn Santa's beautiful lesson, maybe there would finally be peace on earth and goodwill toward man. Hey, it's getting late, and I've got these letters to deliver. And you better be getting home, too. And remember, behave yourselves, because Santa can still look into his magic snowball and see just what you're up to. And now that you know all about him, you can be darn sure that come snow or high water,
Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
With little tin horns and little toy drums, hooty toot toots and rowdy tum tums, Santa Claus is coming to town.
And curly-headed dolls, the toggle and cool, elephants, boats, and Santa Claus is coming to town.
The kids in girl and boyland will have a jubilee. They're gonna build a toyland town all around the Christmas tree.
So you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming